everybody, this is Tina. Welcome to my video today, you guys. We are going to make 2 cards, and I'm going to be using, I'm using this bike ride stamp set, and it has these dies that coordinate. These I'm just using for sentiments. We're going to do enjoy the little things, and then I think I'm going to try to use this for a sentiment. But I wanted to show you guys 2 different ways to use this stamp set. So sometimes when there is a builder stamp set like this, where there's tons of pieces, and there's like a lot of little coloring, and then there's dies that match, it overwhelms me, and I feel like I don't know, like I love the stamp set, but I don't know if I want to get it out and mess with it. So today what I want to show you is 2 different ways to use this. We're going to use it with the dies and cut some stuff out and build a cute little bike, and then the other card we're going to do is going to be really simple. So for the first card, I have all the pieces already cut out, so I don't have to waste time doing that on camera with you guys, but I'm going to show you how it all works. So what we're going to do first is take and start with a piece of, this is crushed curry, so we're using crushed curry and then Bermuda Bay, and that's a really fun color combo, and it's a summer combo. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this stamping. You can see how it is the tire. We made a little bit of a background. So let's go ahead and grab some Bermuda Bay cardstock, and let me show you how I did this stamping. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it's just a card front. So what we're going to do is attach this to a white base, and then that way you can write inside your card and you don't have to worry about it. So then this piece right here is, I took a 1/2 inch off, so it's going to give you a really nice border. And what we're going to do is, we have some grid paper down here. We're going to take our tire and then our Bermuda Bay ink pad, and whenever you're doing like a tone-on-tone look or you're stamping directly on your cardstock, make sure that your ink pad is nice and inked up. And I want to show you how to create this design that I did right here. So what I like to do is I like to start down here in the corner, and I like to go off of my paper. See that? So that's why you want your grid paper. And then we just move in a triangle pattern. So now we have those. So now we'll go right directly into the middle of that again. And then this way there's some that are off the paper. And then that will also make it look a little bit more random. And we'll just keep filling in just like this. You can come over here and turn it, and then make sure you're off your paper. Just kind of giving you that idea. That didn't stamp very good. But then you can end up with your background image. So let's use this, and we'll go ahead and put this card together, and I'll show you all of the pieces that I did. So here is our crushed curry. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and attach this piece down, and you can see that there is a nice yellow border. I just happen to have my ATG gun out, and so that is what I'm using. We'll put this right in the middle, bright yellow border, which I love. So then I took a piece of designer paper, and this is from the Pick a Pattern designer paper. And it's this really cute black and white. So I wanted a strip of designer paper, and I'm just going to use my grid mat to line this up. So we have a little bit of that Bermuda Bay peeking out, and then right here is a piece of Whisper White, and I did that at a 3 by 4, and then I had to trim a tiny bit more off just to get it so that my background border was on there. So let me show you all the pieces here that I did for the bike. So the first piece I did was the actual bike part, and I did that in black. And then I did the wheels and the Bermuda Bay, and I just used mini silver brads right on those wheels, and so it gives it this fun element. Once it's down on the card, they won't turn, but it gives it that fun extra element. And then what we can do is take our crushed curry marker, and we can give some of the yellow onto the bike, and then that way So then what I did is I went ahead and I cut out I stamped the books and then used the die to cut it out. And I actually colored these with Emerald Envy, and I meant to color it with Bermuda Bay. But we're just going to go ahead and go with it. And then the last piece that was a little bit, it's a little hard to cut out and maybe a little time consuming, is this little piece right here. So we're gonna need all of these pieces to go on here, but what I would like to do is go ahead and put a sentiment on here. So I thought I would put maybe Dream. So let's just go ahead and stamp this. And what I can do is just use my Emerald Envy, and then that way everything ties together. So instead of that being a mistake that I used the wrong color to stamp or to color those books in, it'll just look like I did it on purpose. Okay, so we used the marker. I want to go ahead and stamp this once because it's a brand new stamp set, and you can see that it did not give me a very good image. So I'm just going to take a sanding block. Since it's brand new, sometimes these photopolymer stamps just need a little bit of love here. So I just go ahead until the surface is white, and then I'll clean it off in my scrub, stamp it down again, and we'll repeat the process. And that looks much better. Let's test it out. Much, much better. So let's go ahead and do that again. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and we will just do this flat because we're going to pop that bicycle up right in the middle. Now we have the bicycle put together. Now I already did that once I cut everything out, ran it through my Big Shot, and then I just put everything together. So we'll put a couple of these on the wheels, and then we will put one right here, and then we'll grab a couple of our mini dimensionals, our brand new mini dimensionals that are my favorite. This tiny little black piece, what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of adhesive right on the corner down here. We'll tuck that adhesive in, and then I'm actually going to tuck it under our little books. We'll go right here. We'll add some dimensionals. And don't forget, you guys, I am giving away an adhesive pack when you place an order with me. It has a snail refill, a set of regular dimensionals, and a set of mini dimensionals. And you get that. You place a $50 order with me, use the host code, and then I will send you out a little thank you of a little adhesive packet. So here's this one right here. And then let me show you a really simple way to use this stamp set. If you're like, I don't want to get all of that stuff out, and maybe I just want the stamp set, you know, maybe I just have a moment where I want to use this stamp set, let's put together a really simple card. So what we're going to do is start with some cardstock. I want to start with some red cardstock. This is 5.5 by 4 1/4, and we're going to fold this in half. And then I have some of this color cardstock, which is Smoky Slate, and I love Smoky Slate cardstock. And what I want to do is make this 4 1/4. Or 4 by 5 1/4, because this is going to be a really nice layer. So let's take a look at how that's going to look. So that will look just like this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take some white StazOn. This is the floral image that is in the stamp set. And it's meant, you can put it in the basket, or you can just use it separate. And what I'm going to do is just stamp this right in the corner. And it's kind of hanging off a little bit, and that's okay. That's what I want. And I'm using white StazOn just because it shows up a little bit better than craft. And then I do not want to get out my heat tool and do any of that, because this is going to be real simple. So we're taking some real red ink. We're going to be using real red cardstock and real red ink. We're going to ink up this Enjoy the Little Things, and we're going to stamp it right here, and I'm hoping I get it nice and straight and right where I want it. And that's pretty good. Probably could have used a little bit more pressure on that. That's okay. So then we need our basic black, and we're going to go ahead and not wash, but wipe off our tire here, because this is what we want to use first. So now you're going to look right down here, and we're going to take our tire and do this one first. And I'm inking that up, and then I'm going to do it right above my flowers and sort of right in the middle. Lift that up, and that's stamped amazing. Then we're going to take our bike. We're going to ink this up in black. And this one's going to be a little bit hard for me. I got to kind of get right over the camera, right under it. And we're going to stamp this down. We're lining up, let me get this on the paper. We're lining up the part of the bike that's touching the wheel. So let's lift that up and see how we did. And it is perfect. You guys, I cannot believe I did that on camera. Pretty good there. Okay, so now we're just going to do a couple fun things to this to add a little bit of dimension and fun. Since we didn't use the dies on this, we want to do a couple things. So I have some of this ribbon. This is the Smoky Slate ribbon that is in the annual catalog. We're going to snip a little piece off here. And this is actually the card we're going to be making in my local card class tomorrow night. So now I'm just tying it. I'm not doing a bow. I'm just tying it, and I'm making the ribbon come out flat, kind of just working with it as I tie that knot, as I pull that knot close, tighter. I am just working with that ribbon to flatten it out. I'm not going to pull that knot super tight, and then we'll trim off the ends here. Okay, so let's attach this to our card. And since we're not doing much to this, this is pretty much a one-layer card. What we're gonna do is add some foam to it. All right, so we'll put this right in the middle of the card. Press that down. Now let's do a couple things to really make this card pop. We're gonna take our red marker and we're gonna add red to the bike. And then the next thing we're going to do is add a rhinestone. We will take a glue dot and add our bow. We'll add, and the last thing we're going to do is add a little bit of red to these flowers up in the corners. And then one last thing, because we just need a little bit of glitter on this since it is such a flat card. We're just using Wink of Stella, and wherever I added some red ink, I'm just going to go ahead and add some shimmer over it. So those are the two cards I did. One was a simple using that stamp set. I need one more glue dot on there to get that to hold. And then one was using the dies. So I would love to know which one you guys liked best. I definitely think this set is worth picking up. It is super cute and so many different things that you can do with it. I loved using it, and we'll be making this one tomorrow night at my card class. I'll be back, you guys, all this week with new videos. I'm back to my 4 days a week posting and sharing with you guys. All the supplies are listed in the YouTube description below or over on my website. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.